gather once again at our sacred national shrine to bid farewell and lay to rest one of the pioneering cadres of our struggle for independence, freedom and sovereignty, the late national hero, Lieutenant Colonel, retired Kenny Mabuya. Our national hero joined our fight against settler colonialism at a tender age, distinguished himself as a brave, fearless, and dedicated cadre. He passed on at the West End Hospital in Harare on Tuesday, 23rd January 2024. In the late national hero, Comrade Kenny Mabuya, the nation has lost an unflinching patriot, hard-working, intelligent, humble, forthright, and dependable cadre, and a stalwart of our liberation armed struggle. He saw beyond the tribes and the regional origins, always focused on the grand national objective of a liberated and prosperous Zimbabwe. He was among those who dared the colonial regime head-on and contributed to the formation of a credible and effective armed wing of our liberation movement, which dismantled the military capabilities of our former oppressors. As the head of both civil and military wing of ZANU-PF, where I was deputized by Vitalis Musungwa Gaba Fox Corner, Zinavashi. The late Kenny Rizai was my number 3 in that department. Later, I was the minister responsible for state security. I also closely worked with Comrade Kenny Rizai. He was a trustworthy, dependable, and a loyal cadre who helped to shape our intelligence and security apparatus, both during the liberation struggle and in the post-independence era. We have indeed lost one of our country's long-time intelligence supremo. Today, therefore, we rest him alongside other luminaries at this sacred national shrine. In our revolutionary structure, the Department of Security and Intelligence, which I led, Fox Corner was my deputy. Kenny was number 3. Number 4 was late Mpunzarima, who died during the course of the armed struggle. In that order. Today we therefore lay him alongside other comrades of the armed struggle who we laid here. Many other revolutionaries perished in the bush and remained there. Some we know where we buried them, some we do not know. I say to Kenny, you are lucky that you are being buried by those of your own in the armed struggle. On behalf of the Revolutionary Party ZANU-PF, the people and government of Zimbabwe, my family, and indeed myself, I once again express heartfelt condolences to the bereaved Kenny Rizai Mabuya family for this sad loss. The nation mourns with you. The loss is ours together. He will be solemnly missed by all of us, May his departed soul rest in eternal peace among those he waged the struggle with who have gone before him. My fellow mourners, comrades and friends, the late Lieutenant Colonel Keniri Zai Mabuya was born on 12 January 1952 in the Filabusi district in Matabeleland South Province. Following the relocation of his parents, Mrs. Makonga Mabena Mabuya and Mr. Nikoza Mabuya to Zambia, then Rhodesia, the young Kenny was enrolled at Kamala School in Lusaka, where he did his primary and part of his secondary education. Despite securing sanctuary in Zambia, Kenny's parents kept their children well informed about the political developments and ill treatment of blacks by the racist colonial settler administration back home in Rhodesia. It was these revolutionary teachings by the parents that sowed seeds of political consciousness in the young Kenny. I challenge parents to take a leaf from this history and nurture the sense of self-belief and national pride among our children and our young people. In 1969, Kenny skipped the school while in Form 2, and they went to the Zimbabwe African National Union ZANU offices in Lusaka and offered to join the liberation struggle. After being received and shortlisted, he was taken to the famous house number 93 in Lusaka. Some of you, the older generation, know about number 93, where the late national hero Josiah Magamatongogara resided. Comrade Mabuya was not deterred by the limitation of language or his upbringing away from his motherland. It was this inclusive spirit and enduring spirit of identity of comrades such as the late national hero and many others, which saw the national liberation struggle transcending the narrow boundaries of ethnicity, tribalism, and regionalism. I remember Kenny when he was young, when he joined the liberation struggle, attempting to pick Shona. We used to laugh at him because of his poor accent. That did not deter him at all. By the time he became independent, he was very fluent. Actually, more fluent than most Shonas. After all, it was the same revolutionary spirit of unity which galvanized and inspired the formation of a united fighting front that gave birth to the Zimbabwe People's Army, ZIPA, the Patriotic Front. And after independence, the same spirit saw the birth of the Unity Accord in 1987. The challenge is now with us to consistently draw from the selfless and rich national character as we advance our national development agenda. And this burden is on you who will leave behind. Presently, the Second Republic is driving the efforts to find closure and healing for the scars from the disturbances that characterized the early years of our independence. Through various mechanisms, including initiatives led by our traditional leaders and communities, we are addressing the Gukurahundi matter, emboldened by the fact that we are one people, strengthened by our diversity and the spirit of love, inclusivity and tolerance. We continue to march towards sustainable social and economic stability and prosperity of our nation. Further guided by our mantra, leaving no one and no place behind, my administration is ensuring that all provinces and districts experience shared national development and prosperity, leaving no one and no place behind. My fellow monarchs, comrades, and friends, in 1969, the youthful Kenny and other recruits left Lusaka for Itumbi training camp in the United Republic of Tanzania for military training under the tutorship of military instructors from the People's Republic of China, who were assisted by Comrade Chimedza and Comrade Kashiri. On completion of military training, together with his colleagues such as the national hero Comrade Vu, he was deployed to Mozambique and received by Comrades Meya Mrimbo, Chauke Tongogara, Chinamaropa Chumrenga, and others who had already negotiated with Frelimo for passage into the then Rhodesia. Later, under the command of our national heroes, such as Comrade Rex Nongo, Comrade Tungamirai, and Comrade Dablamanzi, they transited from Chifombo, a zone close to the borders of Mozambique, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Contact and exchange of fire were eminent even in Mozambican territory, as Portuguese soldiers worked in cahoots with the white colonial settler regime in Rhodesia then. This saw Frelimo and the Zanla forces fighting side by side against a common enemy. They fought in several battles that included fatal engagements with the enemy. At some point, our late national hero, Comrade Kenny Mabuya, suffered injuries following an intense battle with the enemy. While recovering, he would seek sanctuary for close to a year at Chief Makuni's homestead. Instead of quitting the liberation struggle, Comrade Kenny Rizai Mabuya chose to be redeployed in the Centenary area, where they opened the Bakassa area to freedom fighters. In 1974, he was put in charge of recruits and was later moved to Moroma camp and assigned to be in charge of security. At the 1977 Chimoyo Congress, I was appointed to head the Zanla Security Department, deputized by Vitalis Fox-Kona Musunga Gava Vinawashi, and the Kenny was number 3. In recognition of the excellent leadership qualities exhibited by this young man, Comrade Kenny Rizai Mabuya, we are appointed him to deputize Comrade Fox Vinawashi as a member of the High Command. Thereafter, he went to the People's Republic of China for further training in intelligence and security. On his return, he became intricately involved in the intelligence infrastructure and architecture that saw the successful execution of the liberation struggle, the freedom we enjoy today. In 1979, the late national hero was part of the advanced security team which I led for the Lancaster House talks in London. Following the attainment of our independence, Comrade Kenny was attested in the Zimbabwe National Army in 1981 and commissioned to the rank of lieutenant in 1982. He rose to the rank of lieutenant colonel in 1990. After an illustrious service in the defense forces of Free Zimbabwe, he retired in 1994. The senior officer held challenging appointments that included being commanding officer of the Zimbabwe Intelligence Corps. For his dedication, selfless service, leadership, and bravery, my dear young brother Kenny Mabuya was awarded the Liberation Medal, the Independence Medal, the 10-year Service Medal, and the Mozambican Campaign Medal. Comrades and friends, the supreme sacrifice and the blood of many sons and daughters of Zimbabwe is part of our history and identity as an independent sovereign people of Mnangagwa Kingdom. We started the struggle with only the willpower and resolve to liberate our country against an established brutal and racist enemy. The settler regime was supported overtly and covertly by powerful countries like Upper South Africa at the time. However, with the determination of many cadres such as our late national, Kenny Rizai, we triumphed against the enemy. We conquered colonialism and now stand tall as a free and independent people of the Kingdom of Mnangagwa. I call upon all Zimbabweans to treasure and defend our peace, our unity, our independence and sovereignty. Individually and collectively, we shoulder the responsibility to develop, modernize, and industrialize our motherland, Zimbabwe. Through our own efforts, we as Zimbabweans should work harder to occupy our niche in the global arena. Let us believe in ourselves and continue to develop and carry this momentum witnessed under the Second Republic. We must never tire, but keep pushing forward, and backwards never. We have forged stronger bilateral relations through our ongoing engagement and re-engagement policy, which provides opportunities for us to leverage on our comparative advantages at the global stage. Only last night, I returned from the Italy-Africa Summit as we consolidate existing relations, mend broken ties, and open new frontiers for win-win partnerships for the benefit and prosperity of our people and our motherland, Zimbabwe. The year 2024 is promising to be a year of further growth and development. We must, however, stay alert and scale up our strategies in climate change adaptation and mitigation as we build greater resilience right from the household level. On the health front, the cholera outbreak has taught us many lessons, especially the need for a whole-of-government society approach to our national development agenda. Interventions are being made to improve access to clean water, overall hygiene, and waste disposal. My government has procured and received donations of vaccines as well as other medical equipment and pharmaceuticals required to combat the disease, cholera. I call upon all our communities to remain on high alert and to practice good hygiene. To our national hero, Comrade Kenny Rizai Mabuya, I say farewell, my young brother, farewell, our patriots. Dedicated and loyal cadre commander, freedom fighter, strategist, and intelligence supremo. We thank you for your bravery, operational prowess, which I witnessed, and attention to detail as an intelligence officer. You played your part as Huri men shall defend the freedom, the independence and sovereignty you helped to bring about, my dear young brother. Go well, son of the soil. Famba zakanaka gambarama gamba. Lala